In June 2025, a woman in northwest China was handed a slip of paper with her 4-year-old daughter's blood test on it. One number on it mattered: 42. 42 is fine. 42 is the number you fold into your pocket. You stop asking, you thank the doctor, you drive home and you make dinner. Her daughter's blood lead level was 292. Somebody at that hospital had written it down as 42. And the reason there was lead in a 4-year-old at all is this. In the kitchen of her kindergarten, somebody wanted the lunch to photograph better. It started in the spring of 2024 with a purchase of about 6 yuan per 100 grams. Less than €1. 3 colors: yellow, red, green. It was pigment. Paint, color it. The packaging said, in plain language, that it was not for eating. It went into corn sausage rolls. It went into red date cake, the soft steamed kind a 3-year-old holds in one hand, up to 6 times a month for 14 months. Xi'an Kindergarten had opened in the Maiji district of Tianshui in Gansu province in 2022. Private and not cheap for the area, over 10,000 yuan a year. It advertised bilingual teaching. Parents who later spoke to Chinese media said something else had helped them decide. The meals looked good, brighter than at other schools, better than most families could put on a table at home. That was the product, not the teaching, the photographs of the lunch trays. A family paid the fee because of how the food looked, and the pigment was how the food was made to look that way. So the color on those trays was never food. It was advertising, and the children were eating it. Lead does not announce itself. It arrives disguised as other things. A stomachache, no appetite, vomiting that a doctor puts down to digestion, because in a 4-year-old it usually is digestion. Teeth darkening at the gum line. In one child, by a parent's account, hair that turned white. In the middle of June 2025, one parent stopped accepting the explanations and asked a hospital in Tianshui for a blood test. It came back high. Then other parents asked, and theirs came back high too. And here the story stops being about a kitchen, because what happened next was not done by a cook. Some families could not get treatment locally and drove to Xi'an, the capital of the neighboring province, 4 hours away. The hospitals there tested the same children. The numbers came back far higher than the numbers those same families had been given at home. China's threshold for lead poisoning in a child is 100 micrograms per liter of blood. The highest single reading reported out of Xi'an was 528. In that first group of about 70 children tested away from home, every single one was over the limit. Not most, every one. The official investigation report came out on the 21st of July 2025, and it is not the usual document of its kind. It says what was done to the numbers. At the Tianshui Second People's Hospital, blood lead results for the worst affected children were altered. 440.14 was recorded as 103. 292.37 was recorded as 42.37. That is the slip of paper from the beginning of this video. It was not a rounding error, and it was not a machine. Someone looked at a number that meant this child needs treatment now, and entered a number that meant go home. The Provincial Disease Control Center, meanwhile, left 267 blood samples standing unsecured for over 2 hours, against its own handling rules, which is enough on its own to drag results downward. The report names the principal, the investor, the head cook. It also names the Health Commission, the Education Bureau, the market regulator. 17 officials placed under investigation, 10 more senior figures disciplined. Several looked at for taking money from the kindergarten's investor. The final count: 247 current children, 5 former children, 28 members of staff, including the principal. His own blood lead came back at 169. He had been eating the food too. 8 people were criminally detained, and the report was published in full with those numbers in it, which is the only reason this video can exist and is worth saying plainly. It was also published into a country where, when parents gathered outside the kindergarten gate afterwards, there were reports of police using batons. The commentary inside China went further than the report did. The line that traveled furthest before it was deleted made the same point in fewer words. The places people assume are the safe ones: the school, the hospital, the regulator. had all failed at once. Lid does not leave a child the way a fever leaves. It is stored in bone. It comes back out over years, and what it does to a developing nervous system, attention, learning, impulse control, is not undone by a course of treatment. The reported average drop in blood lead after treatment was about 40%. 40% off 528 is still poisoning. And the number nobody can give you now is the one that matters most. How high those two children actually were on the days their results were written down as something else, while nobody treated them. That is not a gap in the reporting. That is what the reporting found. A kitchen added color to food so it would photograph well. A hospital subtracted numbers from a test so it would read well. In the end, it was the same act, improving the appearance of the thing instead of the thing. One of them was done by a cook. The other was done by the institution that exists to catch the cook. One question before you go, and I do read the answers. 3 things failed here at the same time: the school, the hospital, and the regulator. Most people find one of those 3 harder to accept than the other 2. Which one was it for you? And why that one and not the others? Every source for this video is in the pinned comment, including the places where the reporting contradicts itself. If you find something I got wrong, put it below and I will pin the correction.